The NBA has a big problem on its hands. And the craziest part is, it's for the most odd reason. There was a time in the NBA when we thought dunking and three-point shooting and just scoring in general was the most entertaining aspect of the game. We loved it. We couldn't get enough. Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady. And then this happened.
That is our prime time matchup. But first, have you seen the scoring that's been going on around the league this week? I mean, what a time to be a scorer in the NBA. We're going to start with the guys who are in the 60-point club, right? Monday, Karl Anthony Towns had 62 against the Hornets in a loss. And then Devin Booker matched that number in a loss against the Pacers. So now on to the high rollers here. Monday, Joel Embiid dropped 70 points against the Spurs. That's the most by any player in 76ers history, passing Wilt's 68-point game. Anytime you pass Wilt, that's pretty noteworthy, Mr. Wilbon. And then last night, of course, Luka Magic took over in Atlanta, dropping 73 points against the Hawks. That's the most by any player in a game since Kobe Bryant's 81-point game. That was in 2006. But all right.
And let's not forget that this just happened recently as well.
Straight with ankle soreness.
I got nothing else to say. This is unbelievable. 69 points. Wow.
An ear-to-ear grin on that line, and there it is.
Wow.
You don't need to contain yourself, young man. You earned every bit of it here tonight.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget about this.
Out of here with a win without their two best shot creators from the perimeter.
James steps back and buries 15 threes, one shy of tying Klay Thompson's all-time record. Sideline to get the rock. High dribble into the lane, running right-hander up and in. Damian Lillard with that runner. 71 points, a career high.
The NBA has become too easy to score.
Basement of the Atlantic.
It is way too easy to score. And I want to prove it by showing you these stats. In 1999, the league leader in points per game was Shaquille O'Neal with 29.7 points a game. Second was Grant Hill, 25.8, with Vince Carter closing in on third, Karl Malone fourth, Chris Webber fifth and sixth respectively. Now, something about this I want you guys to understand. Nobody even cracked 30 points. Shaquille was close. Allen Iverson, the next year or the year after, cracked 31. We've seen Jordan average over 30 in playoffs. But for the most part, 25 points per game, and you were tied for second in the NBA in scoring. In 2024, Joel Embiid, 36 points per game. Number 2, Luka Doncic, 34 points per game. Number 3, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 31 points per game. Number 4, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 31 points per game. Number 5 and number 6 on the same team, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, 28 points per game. Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Stephen Curry, Trae Young, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brunson, Nikola Jokic, Anthony Edwards, Tyrese Maxey, Damian Lillard, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. 18 players are averaging over 25 points per game. They all would have been tied for second place in scoring. 18 players are averaging what the second leading scorer averaged in 1999. 18 people are doing that. Now, what is so different? What makes a difference? Why is it so easy to score? Is it the NBA's fault? In my opinion, it is. There was a time when stuff like this was happening. Things like this were happening in the NBA. Handing away free dunk contests for jumping over the hood of a car. I am 5'11", and I can jump over the hood of a car and hang on the rim at 33 years old. The NBA decided they were going to go away from hard-nosed defense and start giving awards away for minuscule efforts. What was defense like in the 90s? Why was it so much harder to score? First off, the work ethics were different, but also hand checking.
A lot of people like to call the NBA soft now compared to this. Oh, maybe it has gone softer, but a big part of that was hand checking. You know, the rule that allowed grown men to throw hands on each other legally. Now, I know how that sounds, but what I meant by that is allowing defenders to put their hands on the other player on the perimeter. So the question is, why was it removed? It's actually all some conspiracy. What is up, dudes, dudettes, ballers, players? It's your boy M. 10 years down the line, in 2004, in the Michael Jordan-less league, the NBA wanted perimeter play to be back on top. They thought the NBA was getting a little slow. They might have been right. Mark Cuban had seen the 2004 NBA Finals and how the Pistons had constantly bodied Kobe enough to impact his path to the basket. Most people want to see better offense over better defense any day. It made enough of a difference, and so he talked with the league. And in the summer of 2004, the NBA completely eliminated hand checking on the perimeter. And right after hand checking was eliminated, perimeter play dominated. If you look at the MVPs right before hand checking, Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett had won. Right after hand checking was removed, Steve Nash won back-to-back MVPs. In fact, since then, the only non-perimeter player to win MVP was Nowitzki, and even then, he was a big man who lived on the perimeter. The NBA got what it wanted, and what it wanted was ratings without MJ.
The NBA has killed itself by removing hand checking. Imagine Kawhi Leonard, imagine Giannis, imagine our best defenders, Drew Holiday, allowed to keep a hand flat on the defender's hip, able to make a little bit of contact to where you have to be strong and earn your way to the rack. Imagine watching Giannis battle against Miles Turner or, one of these other big guys, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid. Imagine watching people like LeBron James driving on smaller defenders who, even with the hand checking, are just not strong enough to handle a man of that strength, that size. Imagine a little bit of contact. Guys, the NBA is missing the essence of what male sports is, and that's physical contact. You cannot have people expected to just shift left to right laterally whilst people like Steph Curry and Kyrie Irving are yo-yoing the ball. It has ruined the sport. The ratings are declining. People are flopping. I mean, it's so bad. The flopping has gotten so bad. They're trying to make rules about that. But between 3 in the key, which I understand, I agree with 3 in the key. But the hand checking, guys, I'm so tired of watching people. We've had 4 or 5 70-point games in the last year. We've had 13 60-point games in the last 2 or 3 years. When you hear this last week, oh, Cat had 62. Same night, Joel had 70. Week before that, Devin Booker had 71. Less than a year before that, Donovan Mitchell had 71. How many people are putting up 50 every night? Guys, I don't like this form of basketball. I don't like watching, and to be honest, I don't think that people don't want to try hard. I think a lot of these guys are giving up. You can't guard Dwayne Wade. You can't guard Stephen Curry. You can't guard Kyrie. You can't guard KD, LeBron James, De'Aaron Fox. All these super fast athletic guys. You can't guard them if you can't make a little bit of contact. The NBA needs to bring hand checking back ASAP. This is getting out of control, especially with 3-point shooting. It's only going to get worse. Make the NBA great again. That's my take. You guys tell me what you guys think. It's your boy Keegan. Please like, share, subscribe. See you guys on the next one.